Hi guys, my name is Kiana Hanna and I am a 2015 elite coach. I've been elite for 2 years in a row and I'm a 6-star diamond, and I'm really excited today to talk to you about what I've learned about volume in the last couple years. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not know much about volume. It wasn't my strong suit. It wasn't something that I would teach my coaches because I just didn't know. I came into this business and I was placed on a leg that I don't get much volume, and I never saw the benefits of volume in general, until I started to grow a team and be strategic about where I placed people. So in this business, I want you to make it very clear. Stars do not equal money, okay? That is something that's very important for you to understand. You would be shocked how many people are 5, 6, 7-star diamonds that are making less than $1,000 a week, okay? You might think that stars equal money because diamonds mean more coaches underneath you, but it's not necessarily equal to that formula. At the same time, you would be surprised at coaches that have been strategic in how they place people. They're building their husband's accounts, their second business centers, multiple business centers, and they may not be 15-star diamonds, but they are making an amazing 6-figure income. What I have found is that for long-term sustainability and income and increasing your income over time, you have to create an organization that's solid. An organization that's solid is built upon volume. It's built upon driving people up within your organization to create the most volume for yourself in the end so that you can make the most money. So I'm going to give you some tips today that I have learned over the last couple of years and how I've been able to grow my business from just last year or 2 years ago at 400,000 volume points to 1.7 million. And it's something that I realized, okay, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I'm not a math person. I don't run numbers through my head, but I do things very strategically, and I place and sign coaches very strategically. So number one is you need to place your spouse on your weak leg. I placed my spouse on my weak leg, and I wish I would have done it a little sooner because I wasn't that coach that signed up right away and put my husband right on the very tippy top of my organization. It's really, really important that you have a placeholder, that you have someone in that spot that you can control, so that your weak leg, you'll be able to control some volume on that side. So when you're getting volume from your strong leg, you can cycle and make some money. Okay, now all of us that are listening to this video have a weak leg and a strong leg. That's totally fine. Talk to your upline or talk to someone that you trust about this and figure out where they can help you to place your spouse. I tell all of my coaches to place the spouse on the opposite leg of me or the opposite leg of their strong leg, and so that they know that they have that control. Okay, when you do that, it will help you in the long run when you do start build your husband's or wife's or sister's or mom's account up to diamond. You're going to be getting double paychecks. Obviously, double paychecks are better than single paychecks, and you're going to be getting consistent income every single week from 2 centers instead of 1. That's something that I did in the very beginning, not necessarily trusting the process, and I'm so happy because if I would not have done that, I'd be making $4,000 to $6,000 less a month just by volume for my husband's leg. Number 2 is you want to build your weak leg and you want to capitalize your weak leg. Okay. If you have the opportunity to go 2-star, you want to stack your business centers so that you can get max cycle bonuses. I don't know if you realize this, but in this business, you can graphically place coaches underneath different centers, but be sponsored by your first. For example, I sponsored my second business center underneath my husband volume-wise, graphically. Okay, so it's me, my husband, all right? And then I placed my second business center on the weak leg of my husband's account so that every time I sign a customer or put someone or buy something or purchase something or put a challenge pack through my second business center, it's not only getting volume in my second business center, that volume's filtering up to my husband's account, which is filtering up to my first business center. So that creates a very big ripple effect and a larger paycheck. What has worked for me is I'm stacking my business centers. Every time you get to 2-star, you can, in this business, replicate yourself. I open up another business center, typically on that weak leg of that particular business center. For example, I have a very prominent strong leg and a weak leg. I have my husband's account on my weak leg. I have my second business center, again, underneath my husband's account. When I get to the point where I can open up a third business center, it's probably going to be on the weak side or the weak leg of my third business center. Now, some of us have it to the point where we're going weak, strong, weak, weak, it's kind of back and forth. when you are at the point that you have reached 2-star in your organization and you can now open another business center, just make sure you are looking at your volume and you can see where you can essentially create the most volume for yourself and create the most money. So it might have been a year ago, it would have been smart to place it under your husband's weak leg on the left side, but maybe now it's smart to place it underneath your mom on the right leg. So it's really just about where you're at in your business and how you can maximize your volume right now. All right. The third way you can help create volume in your organization is to help build emeralds and star diamonds in your organization. Now, I noticed that I was starting to increase my volume as I built more and more diamonds, but I did not notice the gigantic shift until my coaches, my diamonds, started going star diamond. So I started to reach out to anyone in my organization that was consistently reaching 100 personal volume points each week. So how I did that is I went into my volume, my business, my volume, and I looked at my left leg and my right leg, and I just clicked around. And I clicked on them, and I looked at names, and I started keeping track of these. This was not anything that was like super detailed. It just was names that kept popping up of a list of 200 plus, 100 plus, whatever number you want to choose. And then I reached out to those people and I asked them if they wanted to do push groups. These are people that weren't already emeralds, but they were consistently making volume. So the more emeralds you produce in your organization, remember that's going to be 90 PV on their left leg, 90 PV on their right leg, and they're active 90. So 90, 90, 90 is an extra 270 personal volume points, okay, in your organization per week, essentially. So I reached out to people on my weak leg first, and I started asking them if they wanted to push to become emerald. And then I put them into a push to emerald group where we talked about how we could sponsor more coaches and who they could talk to. And I really worked with people one-on-one so that in 5-day emerald push groups, and I got them on Zoom calls so that they would know that I'm there for them, and that let's brainstorm about how you can sign either more discount coaches or more business builders so you can help start your business. So another way that you can create volume, very important to understand, is that when you have second business centers or you have opened your husband's account on your weak leg, you need to make Success Club in your account non-negotiable. And then you need to run all orders through, or purchases or any specials through your second CBC or through your husband. And now you're putting all the volume on the opposite leg. So what that does is that creates weak leg volume increase. And you would be shocked how much 100 volume points matters, 200, 300. So if I'm ordering Energize, for example, which I do, I order two tubs of Energize every month. I order it in my second CBC so that I can filter it up to my husband's account so then it can come to me for my volume. But any extra purchases or specials or like any new programs that come out, I typically order it either in my second center or my husband's center, depending on where we need volume, and it all adds up. The next step I want you to think about in order to increase your volume is understanding the importance of the valuing Shakeology. So in this business, people tend to get on Shakeology, and I believe Carl said the average customer stays on it 3 months in the retention rate. But not my customers and not my coaches. And that's because in the process of signing them up about in challenge groups, and as a coach, I make sure they understand that this is not a quick fix, that this is not something that I'm gonna help them get the foundation of success and help them give a great start on their first 30 days, however long the challenge groups are, into this process. But in order to see long-term effects or long-term benefits of what they're doing, it's more of a 3, 6, 9-month process. And so they understand that, and they're willing to put in the time. Imagine if you created that type of atmosphere in your team and you taught your coaches how to value Shakeology and teach that to their challengers and how to infiltrate it down in deep into 5, 6 layers deep in your organization. You're going to create a lot more volume for yourself because people are going to be staying on Shakeology, 90 PV. Let's say just 10 extra people did that in your organization. 900 PV, sorry, for your team. Volume, that's a big deal. But for me, it's more like 25, 40 people are staying on Shakeology because my team understands the value of talking about long term. I believe that happens with talking about your fears of it. Like, how do you know much about Shakeology? Asking more questions to the challengers, asking more questions to your coaches. And that comes with training your coaches how to talk about Shakeology. So in my team page, we were doing this for a while. We haven't done it for a while now that I think of it. We were talking about the ingredients. Like we had people sign up for different days each week, and they were talking about the ingredients. I share different ways and post when I see people talking about Shakeology in a really good way. I share that into my team page. I talk to my coaches about how I talk about Shakeology, about here's a post that worked, or here's something that I had an objection, and here's how I dealt with this. How have you dealt with this? And it's really important just to understand the value and long-term relationship with Shakeology, so that filters down into your organization. So the next thing I've done to build volume is encourage team to try new products together. Okay, so anytime there's a new product, without a doubt, we are doing some type of team push towards it. Whether that's the performance line with Energize, or 3-day refresh, or ultimate reset, or the new cafe latte. I post a big thing in my team page, and then I encourage people to join us by a certain date. I create a different separate group where these are the people that have committed. 22-day hardcore group with the new Tony Horton video. It is your job as a coach to get as many people as you can excited about joining you deep within your organization, so that it's important to get more volume. Another way that I built volume is really starting to recognize top 10 volume producers each week within my downline. It comes out every Thursday. I make a top 10 banner. It goes onto my banner page. I explain to them the difference of where I'm getting their numbers and how volume, personal volume versus team volume is different, and what numbers we're celebrating. And then I just shout them out, and I give them people. You'd be shocked with how many people are excited to see their picture up there, and they can't believe that they made top 10. And then I shout out anyone above 200 personal volume within my organization. It takes a little bit of time to get the numbers, but it's important to me that people understand that they're recognized. And what's cool about this is that it's different people than Success Club. So I also celebrate Success Club. And if you're not doing that, you need to also be shouting that out from the rooftop. Another way that I've been able to increase my volume is to add all discount coaches to my team page, and to really make sure that I reach out to my discount coaches on a regular basis, and I'm asking them how they're doing. Because I'm telling you right now, there are some discount coaches that they just want the support and accountability. They love Shakeology, but they're not going to do anything with it as a business, which is perfectly fine. And they really want to have the support and accountability in a challenge group. So I have monthly chats with my discount coaches to see if they want to be part of my challenge group. I think that's the missing key here. Is a lot of people think that, oh, they sign up to be a discount, they need to be on their own. But nothing changed yesterday when they weren't a discount to now. They still love Shakeology. They don't want to run this as a business. They really want the support. So don't count out your discount coaches. Get them involved. Get them into your challenge groups. I find that most of my discount coaches are some of my best challengers, actively involved. They help the group run. They are excited. They are motivated, and they really help a lot of people. So why wouldn't I want them in my group month after month? The other thing is to run a volume or placement training like these, or run some type of training in your organization that helps your coaches push to something that has active requirements. So maybe they have to be an Emerald coach to get there. Maybe they have to have at least a couple Success Club points. Maybe they have to show you their business activity tracker. Whatever it is, make sure that they have some type of active requirement so that you know that they're committed, number one. And then number two, it helps you realize they have some skin in the game. They're putting in a little bit of effort, a little bit of volume, and so that it helps you in the long run, and so you're getting out what you're putting in. Another thing that I've done is I've been able to have a calculator where my team can figure out how much money they're missing and leaving on the table because they're not cycling. And so some of my coaches have hundreds of thousands of volume points on their strong leg, and if they would just match 10% of that, or 20% of that, or 30% of that, obviously, it would make a big difference in their organization matter. So I try to make it, at the end of the day, my team realizes that what they're doing matters, that them just being on a shake is important, because that's 90 PV. And when my team went elite, I shared with them that if you're not making successful points, you're still contributing volume to my organization, which is important. And you start with the fact of reaching out to the people in your organization that are making 100 volume points, and you say, I'm so proud of you for consistently making 100 volume points. Did you know that you're doing that? Let's look at your organization, and let's see where your volume points is coming from. And, I started working with the coaches that were being active in my team page. And then I started helping them get to Emerald. And I started helping my coaches. I started messaging them and telling them I was proud of them. And I started looking into their organization. So it's really about a team collaborated effort, recognizing the volume where it's important, adding discount coaches, and collaborating with them and making sure that they know that they're important so they stick around, understanding the importance of Shakeology, and really diving into encouraging our team to do products together as a team so that we can not only get to know these products more, but we can be up to date on our products. So it's important for you as a leader to start talking about those things in your organization. Okay, I promise you if you do these things, it will help you build your volume. At the end of the day, I'd rather be a 5-star diamond in all of my business centers than a 15-star diamond in one, particularly, just because that creates more volume for me if that's the case for my organization. If volume and rank come together, and sometimes it does because that's just the way that it naturally happens with the ebb and flow of things, then that's going to be awesome. And you're going to build your rank and you're going to build your volume. But in the long run, you really need to be strategic about where you place your coaches. So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you think about different ways that you can grow your business, your volume, and you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.